Cheerio, lads. We got two wooden toys by Candylab, and these are the smaller ones called Candycars. I opened this one up and I couldn't figure out how to put it back in, so just left it out. All I can tell you really is a D317 as far as the box. It doesn't tell you what the regular name of this is. I'll have to look it up on the website. It does meet safety standards for 3-year-old and up children. There's no lead in the paint or anything like that, and I guess nothing can fall off and become a choking hazard. What's unfortunate is a lot of the boxes are just raw. So look at all the paint that's inside this box that's supposed to be on the toy. That black is the zebra striping. So the shipping vibration causes a lot of abrasion, and I wish they would just put these little things into a thin plastic bag, and that would probably help out a lot. Anyways, this casting, or not casting, this cutting, wood cutting, is based off of the first generation Land Rover, which clearly some of them have zebra patterns. It's got the spare tire on the hood, and the grille is inset from the headlights, whereas the more modern ones, the grille is actually sticking out. So it's got this die-cast base, and it's screwed up there with a Torx screw, and then it's got plastic wheel slash tires hollowed out on the backside. And because it's solid beech wood, it's quite heavy, like 2-3 times as heavy as a Hot Wheels, so it rolls very, very well. The axles are 1mm, which is thicker than Hot Wheels as well. I think Hot Wheels is 0.7mm. So, the tires, they have Candycar Industries on there. And so you can see the Tampo printing of this black zebra is really nice. Same with this 45. I don't know if this is the side that was scratched. Maybe that's it there, but maybe it's this side. Yeah, it's this side. See, a lot of that black is missing because it's now on the box. So that's really unfortunate. Pleasantly, this is a Land Rover, right? So these things are running around the safaris of Africa, and they get all dinged up. So I'm not too bothered by it. It's also handmade. So there's dents in the wood. They're not going to throw out, a bunch of wood looking for the perfect piece. So you got to accept there are a lot of paint defects, cutting defects, and stuff like that. Fitment, see the wood is a little warped there, so it's a little gappy on that side, but not this side. But I've come to terms with it. I think it's still okay. I'm going to collect them some more. So it says print drifter here, and then nice round taillights, but they're kind of shifted in that direction. You have a fillet rounded edge here. I love how square it is. The cabin is about the same height as the body, and then you have this little extra thin piece of wood for the power bulge, and then you have another axle with wheel stuck in there. It's cool that that thing can spin. So this is kind of like a fidget toy, right? You can just sit there while you're working or whatnot and do that. So neat. Yeah, some paint definitely chipped away. Could have been easily solved if it was in a plastic bag, but luckily it's a rugged SUV. Okay, so the next one here is a London Taxi. I believe that's a description on the website, but it's L803. And so again, I'm pretty sure the inside of this box is going to have a lot of black paint from shipping vibration. Oh yeah, see right there? There's a little cardboard to space it. Yeah, look at all the black in there. So unfortunately, that's supposed to be on the car. Let's see if how bad it is. Yeah, it's definitely scuffed up there, right? It's not fully black. So that's unfortunate. More wood dings, wood chips from cutting. This is cool though. It's got really deep white painted headlight recesses, and then the yellow is just printed on this flat surface. The little turn signals or running lights. And it's got a fillet here for the hood, and then taxi printed nicely there on the little light. And the light thing isn't a rectangle, it's actually rounded back here. It's not actually perfectly glued on. A big fillet here. Oh boy, man, that's really scratched up. See, the black is totally missing. So yeah, it's unfortunate. At least these are still preserved. The taillights and the license plate is nice. And then you got these white wheels and Candycar Industries again on the tires, and this die-cast base with the screw again. Okay, well, could have been worse. And what's nice is if this is black, I could just take a magic marker and go over these edges. Yeah, in fact, actually here, you see, the whole edge isn't actually black. I don't know what happened there. So let me get a Q-tip. I don't know if that's like glue residue, or for some reason there's just no paint there. Oh, look at that. Even the cotton is taking off some of the black. So I don't know what the deal is. What is this black paint? It's not very durable. Cotton is not abrasive, right? Not to my knowledge. Definitely not as abrasive as paper products. But look at this. There's a lot of black coming off. So that's weird. Very strange. Alright, well, I'll deal with it later. I don't know what taxi this is. Here's a list of taxis in London. I have a suspicion maybe an 8 Austin FX4 or this Fairway? Maybe not. Proportionally, maybe it's more like this 2007. Well, anyways, they all look kind of similar. This guy's style is similar to all of them, actually. Leave a comment if you think what it is. And as before, being solid wood, it's pretty heavy. This one even rolls smoother than the last one, I think. It's silent. The silent, maybe it's an electric taxi. Well, no harm in touching it up since it's already messed up, right? Look at this, just missing paint on this whole edge. Yeah, so a little black magic marker. Look at that whole bottom edge is raw. So they didn't get the paint underneath the piece of wood. I guess that makes sense. I mean, they're saving on paint. So I think that's what we're seeing. I think we're literally seeing the underside of this, the wood of the cabin. So I'm just trying to get some marker on the underside here, and it does seem to be working. Just basically go over every corner. You know, if you're going to give this to your kid to just bash, you don't have to do this, of course. You're just going to get all messed up. But I don't really play with these toys. After this review, it's just going to sit on a shelf. Maybe that's not the best idea there. Alright, well, anyways, I guess it looks a little bit better than before. At least it's all black now. We're just going to bring out two for comparison. Here's the sheriff truck, but I've gone and added my own wheels to it. I have a whole video on customizing these Candycars, so you want to maybe look up custom Candycars or something in my channel. And then here's a police cruiser with some green light wheels that are literally just glued on to the original wheels. The things are so inset you can glue on thin ones. So okay, these two, you know, having the cool translucent lights, very neat. But the spare tire on that one's cool. It would have been neat if somehow this was transparent yellow with the taxi printed on it, but whatever. It's still pretty cool. I like it. I like the styling of these, how simple they are. They're just so refreshingly different from the like resin scale models that I used to collect. But those things always have problems. Granted, these have problems and they're really simple. So that's something to be mindful of if you're thinking about getting into a new hobby. If you're a real stickler for something that's supposed to look pristine, I don't think this brand is going to make you very happy. It seems like there's always going to be some problems with a handmade wooden product. I think that's probably to be expected, really. Anywho, thanks for watching, and we'll see you the next time we talk about some Candy Labs.